This is Susie J. Cobwebs, and this video is going to refocus the basics of fictional writing. Now, this type of writing could be simple to a lot of people and they can just do it like on a whim, or other people may have to need a little bit of help to get the creative mind to their fingertips. You never know which one is going to populate first in your mind, right? So this is the time where we need to jot down all the different notes and the brainstormings that we do during the day, or if we're out somewhere, just to make sure that we have them ready for our next novel. Now, these ideas could be from experiences, or maybe something that you've overcame, or one in the process of overcoming, when it just popped into your head when you looked at a certain person or a certain item that's right in front of you. These things right here cannot be taken for granted, and you would be surprised on how many people actually do take this for granted. As a lot of people say, these actions are for children, and I'm an adult. I don't want to seem childish. Where do you think these children get their creative mind? Well, besides their parents. Let's see what I have to offer for this video. If you are watching this video, this only tells me that you're fascinated about the art of fiction writing, and most importantly, the art of writing. I'm not going to talk to you about grammar and punctuation and spelling, at least not in this video. But I want to dig down deeper into something a little bit more simple. So you think you're a good writer? And I am sure you are. How do you get the ideas for your novels, or your stories, or your manuscripts, screenwriting, whatever you're doing? How are you finding them? So go ahead and you can write that in the comments below. I would love to hear, how do you get your ideas? As I mentioned before, about the children's scenario, children are brought up with things around them, such as cardboard boxes. Have you ever seen a child take a cardboard box and he or she constructed it into a car, a bus, a train, or what about a broomstick? A broomstick could be a magical wand, a microphone. Like, these things are limitless. Imagination is where we would like to be, but we're an adult body. So there is a place where we can focus in a world that is on our own. So no one else can tell us that, oh, that's wrong or that's right. Let your mind wander to the abyss so you can produce your own. There are some times that we need to figure out what our characters need to do next for our novel. How are you going to get those ideas? So those are those types of ideas, like, do they need to get rid of someone so they can get that $1 million that they're seeking? Or are those people or those aliens going to fall from a fictional world into a small town and decide that they're all going to be friends? Or what about the gnome that is trying to find his mistress that he fell in love with but looks like an elephant creature? Now, we can sit here and talk for hours about different scenarios that could possibly happen or not happen for this matter. And these are things that we would put in our novels and our stories and our manuscripts and everything else just to make things sound more exciting. My point is that these things need to be thought of first and before somebody could write them. Next question, how do you do that? I have a few different ideas that are healthy that you could do. Well, all I know is people think that, oh, fictional writers, they're screwed up in the head and they're on some type of drugs. That is not true. I enjoy taking my mind and escaping from reality. This is the only drama I enjoy because, these are the people that I can control in my novel. Whether I want to deal with this drama that they're doing right now, or I can deal with this type of drama over here, or this type of fictional world over here. And I can stop that at any given point when I'm done. I don't have to deal with the life drama. Now, in my novel that is getting edited right now, it'll be out in bookstores in the winter of 2021. It's called Betrayal in the First Degree. This is a 4-book series, and this is the first book of it. It's actually about a hit and run with a historical twist. So these intentions are getting lost in my own world. I wanted to make up my own characters and have them live their own lives. And this is how I did it. How did you come up with this creative writing? How did you do it? So there's a couple different types of escaping from reality. You could do daydreaming, or you can do day zoning. Now there's a little bit of a difference between daydreaming and day zoning. Let me explain. So daydreaming is a short-term detachment that you have in your life that you could possibly add a snippet of one of these things to your stories. Maybe you're walking down the street and you like the outfit that this girl has on, that it caught your attention. You take a mental snapshot, of that, and while she's walking away, a perfect setup for what you were planning for your book. Regardless physically of where she was going, where was she going in your head? Where were you taking her to? Who was she going to meet up with? And why? These are so many questions that you need to answer to get the best type of answers to your stories, to your novels. Within a few minutes, hopefully, you don't run into a telephone pole, whichever comes first, I guess. But you got your answers of what you wanted, and you just kind of daydreamed just for a few minutes just to get the answers that you needed for your book. You could jot them down, put them on a post-it note, put them in your phone, whatever, until you can get to your computer. That's fine. Dream zoning is also you're detaching yourself from the real world, but this also is a little bit more in-depth when you're trying to wander in a particular world for a longer period of time. Now, this may constitute of a little bit more desires and thoughts. A lot of people like to jump over this step, but in reality, this is where you find the most enjoyable, the relaxing mode that you could be as maybe the third person, or what could this person be really like in life? Or how did they really do that? Now let's get back into the writing portion of this. So you want to jot down all of these sections that you have. Say it verbally on a recorder or film yourself just so you can have it for later, however you want to do this. Most of my writing is fictionally structured in each chapter and whatnot, and I have other videos on that. But I like to do the brainstorming and get things done in that nature because you don't know what kind of spontaneous gifts you would have for your characters. How do you create people, places, things for your novel or story? Write them in the comments below. I would love to hear them and broaden our fictional world to help others struggling with this type of scenario. I would love to have more inspirations, maybe even for our next scene that we're thinking about. If you like these videos and you want to see more of these videos, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and by all means, hit that post notification button so you can actually see when the next time I'm going to post a video. And to the next time, I love you bunches!